Going to see where?
How you doing?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
Right here. Give me a chair over here. I wonder who's doing it.
How you doing? What's your name?
Nicole.
Nicole. Casey. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Whose team are you on?
I'm with Drew.
Awesome.
Perfect. Oh, someone's presenting here, that's why. Put it down a little more. Actually, you can leave it like this. Go get Mason, tell him about the start. There we go.
More of us yesterday.
How many people? Oh, in here?
Yeah, there's 6 of us in.
We'll give it a minute. Can you guys hear me? Here. We'll give it a few minutes here. Hey, let's see here. I'll make sure I can hear you guys. Can you guys say something?
Hello.
There we go. There we go.
Can they hear you?
Awesome. You guys can hear me clearly if I talk like this? Okay, perfect. So we got a good class today. We got Vince, Enrique, Nick. How we doing? Sabrina. And typically, what I do, I never got to really introduce myself. My name's Casey Kunash, been with the company, going on 13 years. We got Gavin. Get some late. Awesome. How's everybody doing? What's up, Gabby? We got day 2 of training class. What we typically do is kind of go around, and before we get into everything I have for you today, which day 2, we're going to touch on what goes into a sale after, on a sale, a non-sale. We're going to go over a lot of referral stuff, some number stuff, and then have your phone scripts handy for the last portion. Not right now, what we're going to go over, phones. Typically, we go over the hard card script, if you have that, which is a union lead, and child safe and will kit. So if you have those ones handy, if you only have one of them, that's okay. That's the one you can practice on at the last portion. But so what we do, kind of to introduce yourself, I go around, just tell everybody, your name, something about yourself, and then what you took from day 1 of training class. So if, and also whose team you are on. Let me see here. So if we want to start, let's start off. We'll go Vince, and then we'll go around the horn there. Just pretty much give us your name, whose team are you on, something we might want to know about you, what you did in the past, and then what you took overall. If you look at your notes or summarizing what stuck out to you from Mr. Vina with day 1.
Awesome, yeah. So my name is Vince. I go by Vince or Vinny. I just graduated down from SIU. I had a degree in aviation management. So that's pretty much something about me. I like to fly planes in my free time. But something I took away from yesterday is I feel like a lot of success in this company is going to be a lot of self-discipline and getting after it. So yeah, I'm working with Jay as well.
Welcome, day 2. We got some good stuff for you today.
I can go next.
Go
Hi
for it.
everyone, I'm Takira, And I also just graduated, but I graduated from Loyola.
Congratulations, both of you.
Yeah, and I'm from Chicago, so which is not too far from Des Plaines. And one thing that I took away from this is that, I mean, even though there's a lot of numbers, especially from the ones that we saw yesterday, there's still like a formula that, you know, if you want to be successful, you know, you just have to follow that, and it should like help you.
Love it. Thank you. Welcome.
I can go next.
Perfect.
All right, so my name is Enrique, and basically I'm working with Marquise. I'm in the same team as Sakira. I went to UIC. I did not finish my 4 years, but I was in there for 2 years. And something I took away from yesterday, from day one, was the road to success and how to, you know, how to grow in the Vina agency.
Cool.
I can go. Oh,
You got it, Nick.
yeah, my name is Nick Hassan. My mom worked in insurance and she's an inspiration. I'm really excited about this opportunity. I'm on Casey's team. Yesterday, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the hierarchy and the roles. Tommy's very inspirational. I like a lot of his quotes. One of them was "shoot for the stars." I mean, it's simple, but I like it. Also about the key milestones. I hope I'm getting them right. Making agent, making 100 calls, your first promotion, a first renewal. I know that's after 12 months. So.
Good job. Yeah, the milestones are huge. It's making 100 presentations. That's going to typically get you to get promoted, because if we look at the numbers, and we'll go over it, if 10 presentations a week, you'll get 3 enrollments. So if we do the math, and we do the math on the average enrollment, which you look at 800 ALP, that's typically going to be right around, you know, the 24,000 ALP that you'll need to get promoted. So that's putting the pressure on the system. The milestones is really important. So yeah, that good synopsis there, Nick. Thanks. Welcome.
I can hop in. I'm Paul. I currently go to the University of Illinois. I've got 1 more year left there. I work on Christina's team, and like you said earlier, what I took out of yesterday is really putting pressure on the system, whether that be putting pressure on the script, the phone script, and then along with just, you know, putting in, like, you get what you get out. So I think that's what I'll have to go by.
Awesome. Thank you.
I can go next. My name is Juan Pereira. I'm on Matt Jan's team.
Perfect.
And I currently go to the University of Indiana. And I've got 1 more semester there, so almost done. And then looking forward to working here. And then biggest takeaway from yesterday, I'd say would be Tommy basically telling us to think a little bigger all the time, every day, you know, thinking outside the box, thinking big, and kind of just shooting for the stars.
Sir, I can go next, guys. I'm Mo. Went to Augustana College, a small liberal arts college down in Rock Island. Did 1 year there, and then, you know, focused back on, you know, family business, and wanted to get, you know, into my, you know, business career too. But I was like, you know, I'm not going to get there working a minimum wage job. So, you know, I was looking for a great opportunity, and I came across, you know, the Vina agency, and it's been great. You know, I've been around, you know, these agency huddles since February. You know, just recently, you know, was able to, you know, get my license and, you know, get started. And my biggest takeaway from all this time that I've spent with, you know, basically the team on agency huddles is we are so lucky, guys, to be in this opportunity today, because before, you know, I don't know if you've ever heard Tommy, he used to drive to house, has tons of papers in his hand, you know, he's got leads in one hand, he's got, you know, other documentation in other hands. Now we have all this stuff in our computer. Like, we're sitting in our apartments like literally millionaires. You know, we can literally work from a coffee shop or a vacation house or a resort and make money, you know. So I think that's the biggest takeaway. Like, you cannot find something like this, you know, especially the power of residual income. You can't find something like this anywhere. So excited to be on board with everybody. Good luck, everyone. Let's get it.
Awesome. Anybody else in Zoom? Who did we miss? How you doing?
Go. Hi, I'm Sabrina. I'm on Jay's team. I'm from Johnstown. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with that.
I am. I did my training in Johnstown, so welcome. I know Johnstown like the back of my hand because I drove all around Johnstown going over these benefits with clients.
So I'm in Pennsylvania.
Welcome.
I'm not in school. I haven't recently graduated. I've been out of school for a while now. And just like everyone else said, you know, I really like the motivation that Vina had. Like he was always like, go further, don't push yourself, like push yourself always, don't do the minimum.
Right.
Hey guys, I'm Gabby. I'm from Arizona. I graduated from the University of Arizona a few years ago, but now I'm doing my master's at Loyola. So Takira, go Ramblers. But I'm super excited to be here. I'm on Casey's team, and the takeaway that I got from yesterday was like just developing as like your personal development, and as we develop as individuals, we can develop as leaders, and like everybody, it's a strong group of people. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
Welcome. Awesome. Then we got two in the house. Come on up, guys. Come on up to the camera. It's your moment.
Time to shine.
Hi guys, I'm Nicole Dubicki. I'm actually from here, from Chicago. I just graduated from Ball State in Indiana. And my main takeaway yesterday was just like no number, no goal is too big, and you get out what you put into it. So just heads down and get through these next few months.
Last but not least.
Hi,
Sean, let's go.
Hello, what's up? I'm Sean Stewart. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, close to Johnstown, Sabrina. So maybe I'll see you out there one day. But what I took away from yesterday is hard work pays off. Everybody here seems to be very successful. And that's what I want to be involved in. You know, I currently work in a steel mill right now, and I'm ready to transition out of that hard physical labor into providing some benefits for families. So I'm ready to get it started.
Beautiful. Love it. Awesome.
Get it.
All right. And yeah, guys, you know, about myself, I've been almost 13 years, you know, with the company. I was able to work, you know, with some of the best people in the company, Tommy, Simon, our mentor, to where that really just, you know, laid the groundwork for what we're about to do with this agency. I was able to be, you know, open 5 offices, 5 different cities. So I was able to see a lot of different areas. I started in Pittsburgh, and I'm going to State College, PA, so not too far from there, Johnstown. And I opened an office in Erie, Pennsylvania. We opened 2 offices in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And then, long story short, you know, 12 years, fast forward, here we are with, you know, it's great opportunity to help a lot of people build an asset with each person that we help and enroll. And you know, the residual, when you have quality, that's definitely so important. But I'm going to go over some basic stuff for you. Day 2, what the client needs, so you guys know what they're going to receive, and whether it's your supervisor, whether it's Drew or Josh or Mason or whoever you're working with is your supervisor, your upline manager, that's going to do a lot of your hands-on training. You're going to work with them on, number one, you can almost hold each other accountable and help your manager stay organized, to where, let's say you had to sit down with Joe and Mary, and it was a will kit, and that she did enroll into the program, and maybe she requested 2 child ID kits along with the will, because you went over that with them. Just making sure that you guys follow up to make sure that client gets what they deserve, and, you know, get what they, you know, requested, so we never have a PR complaint. Or maybe they call up, whether it's a union member, they didn't get their folder, especially if they enroll. We want to make sure that they get that as soon as we possibly can, whether you're working with whether Drew has his assistant do it, or however you guys do it. We just make sure that you guys know what the follow-up is. So we're not getting sales or non-sales going through. So I'm going to break it down for you before I get into some of the client services and how you can break your week down into 40-hour week, for example, what everything's going to entail, and then how many hours you can kind of dedicate towards each of those portions. But just like you guys know, we have unlimited overtime. Some of our top people may get the job done 2 or 3 days, or if you're like a top producer like Ashley Miza comes to mind. I think it was last month or 2 months ago, she did 39,000 ALP 1 month. And so she probably worked a few more days and got a lot more enrollments for that week. But I always love that you get to, write your own schedule, and based on the amount of people that you're able to help, to where we give you the guidelines, these hours, this is the call session, this is what we need to do for the phone sessions to get the numbers I'm going to go over with you. But so number one, we have Huddles. And you guys were obviously a part of, we have the agency. That's obviously 11 a.m. every Monday. We have phone huddles.
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
The red marker doesn't show up well.
Red marker doesn't show.
I'm sorry. It's like the light on it is right on it.
What if I go like this?
I don't know, how about everyone else? I can.
It's still not very visible.
Yeah, that's what I
How
was
about
saying too.
There we go. I think that's probably better.
Perfect.
Is that better?
Perfect. Yeah.
Huddles. So we have the agency huddle. We have phone huddles, to where that's going to be typically a phone huddle. When's a phone huddle going to be? On a phone day, which one of our phone days? Monday or Thursday. I'm going to quiz you guys throughout this. So, when's the agency meeting? Monday 11 a.m. Okay. There you go, Central too. You will get thrown off over there in Johnstown. That'd be noon. Huddles, and then we have team huddles. Overall, you're going to dedicate 1 to 3 hours per week are going to be the huddles. The agency can be an hour. Team huddles, phone meetings. One of our phone meetings, Wednesday, Thursday, 3:30 for my team. Some 2, 3 o'clock, between 2 and 3:30 for every team. Phone huddles.
The phone huddles for your team?
Yeah, ours are 3:30 personally, but I know Gio's is 2 o'clock, I believe. And Josh, they do theirs at 3. So whoever's team you're on, your phone huddle will typically be around 2 to 3 in the afternoon on Mondays and Thursdays. And 2 big things we always go over where the team's at, but we go over preset appointments in that phone huddle. What's a preset appointment?
Referral?
It could be a referral. That's
The
what we went over
appointments that you made on Monday or Thursday.
Right. So it's an appointment. Like if today is Monday, for example, it's a phone day, we'll say, and we're coming into it'll be all the appointments you booked all weekend. Perhaps Saturday, maybe you made a few calls Sunday afternoon. Because if you came in, we always recommended 6 to 8 preset appointments. 8 to be great, we would always say, because if you come into a call day Monday or Thursday with 6 to 8 preset appointments for the next 2 days, your job is going to be a lot easier than if you have to set 16 to 20 appointments in 2 days. Does that make sense? So ideally you would have 10. That way, what's going to help you guys with that is the referrals, because leads we're going to go over. Leads are going to get us to a certain point, and I'll get into that at that part. But what we have next, client services. Any questions on any of the meetings, the preset appointments, also phone meetings? You'll go over maybe your weekly ALP commitment, what you want to guarantee you want to bring home to you and your family for that week.
Could you go over like when the leads go in the system? So like when we do those preset appointments, like what we have to look out for?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Never mind.
For the preset, what leads you go off of?
Yeah.
Well, typically when you're released after your 2 weeks of training, you get your 2 enrollments, we go through your checklist, you pass your release call with any GM or MGA with the company. You go through your checklist, then you get your own impact, your own release pack. Those are the leads you'll be calling. Yeah, you'll have an impact log and everyone's call when you get your own lead pack. But up until then, typically you're calling your managers. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll coordinate with them at this point with the presets, but they may have you call with them. Typically, you're always going to be calling with your upline manager before you're released, because or your first milestone, let's say. It's not like you're released. It's not like we send you somewhere, we never see you. You're just obviously get your own lead pack. So yeah, when you get your first milestone, you get your own impact log, and you'll call your own. Okay. Any other questions on this stuff? Or can you see it, hear me? Okay, good. All right, number 2. I don't have an eraser. There we go. All right, number 2. This is a longer section for us, okay? So number 2, it's client services. Client services. And we're going to go, first off, like I touched on, if you get a no sale, you still have to make sure that they're receiving, whether it be their child safety kit, for example, whether it be their free will kit, if it's a free will kit lead, if it's if you promise them their A, B, and D certificate. Let's say you're sitting with a union member and for some odd reason they don't enroll into their program. Whether you're they may be fine with just emailing you a digital copy of their A, D, and D off of the impact, or printing it out to them. You know what I mean? But if you're sending them a package already, for example, if you promise them some child ID kits or their family information guide, if you're going over these programs, you can send them, either email them a copy of their group A, B, and D. And that's typically the benefit that's, $3,000 or $4,000 on those. Now on a sale,
On those no sales, you either email them or send them out. Email it.
typically I would rather, if they don't, maybe they don't have any kids or family information guy, maybe they don't even, maybe they have a will already and you don't enroll them in the program. I would definitely offer to email it to them, and be a lot easier rather than you having to print it and mail them a copy of it. Because that was something I always, if I'm in the office or you have a printer at home and you have that, I always like to show it to them, like, hey, here, I have your certificate. I'm putting it in your package, and you'll let them know you're putting it, the envelope's going to look like. Typically, most of our managers are using envelopes like this, manila envelope. They believe like 8 by 11, and putting all that stuff in there. On a sale, what you're including is obviously it's the blue, it's the folder. That's what's called the service folder. If you haven't seen one of these, this is what each client receives when they do enroll into the program. They'll receive a summary sheet. Just like it sounds, right? I'm sure you can guess what the summary sheet is.
For explanation of benefits.
Yes, summary sheet. It looks like this. It's everything that they have. It's also generated at the end of the EAP sale. So I always pull it up if you upload it in your sales notes, you're able to view that about 10 minutes after you transmit the business. Does that make sense to everybody? You can upload the business, then it takes about 10 minutes, then you can go view your application, and you could actually just print this one page and include it in the folder. Some people write it out, like I always print it. I think it looks a lot better than my handwriting. Right, so, and it's a little more professional, so you can print that out. That's a summary, whether it be the whole life, the term, any children's protection programs, Head Starts, accidental coverage, additional benefits, layoff waiver, what they like best at the end. They always have me ask, all of these programs to have you fill this section out. What value or what do you like best about this program?
That's good. I like the discount card.
Discount card, that's what a lot of members say, and protecting your family. If you did enroll, you obviously like the permanent coverage as well. With that in mind, I have a very important question for you. With your permission, we can brainstorm one or two other people that keeping that in mind, that would definitely benefit, from these programs. So you said your brother, he had some kids with the first one, and you'll learn about that. I believe it's day 3 or 4. That's VIBS. Maybe your field trainer taught you that. Very important question. Information with your permission, brainstorm and then suggest some other people. You'll learn all about that. But that's a great point to actually do that, because it also sells himself when you pull up that summary sheet at the end. So
Are you allowed to say to them, like whenever you're explaining the discount card, why would you turn away free money? This is savings that you could put back in your pocket. This is a really good benefit. You know what I mean? Times are tough. People are looking for ways to save. With this discount card, that gives you the option to put that cash right back in to use it for other things.
Yeah, at that point, definitely. When we're at that point of the presentation for the discount card, I always say, I'm sure you agree. Everybody likes to save money, right? Before you're actually getting into it, you'll probably learn that. Everybody likes to save money because no one's going to disagree with that. And that kind of keys it up. Or same way with child safety. A lot of people with kids, right? Perfect. That kind of tees it up perfectly. Does that make sense to everybody out there? Good. You guys know a lot of people with kids? Perfect. You're going to love this next benefit. Because you just told me you know a lot of people with kids. So that's so we should just add that right in the script. I'm thinking about it. Next.
It's in the script.
Oh, it's in the script? Okay, perfect. I was thinking it wasn't. We got to get that in the script because that is perfect. I'm glad it's in there. All right, next one is called What Comes Next? And just like it sounds, what comes next? You have on there, most importantly, I always list make sure they know when the first month's investment's going to be handled and when the second month's investment is going to be handled. And I always make sure that I go over that. And it's important to remember, if you're making a side note, if you always want a secret to know when the second month's investment is going to be handled, whenever you type in the draw date in the bottom right-hand corner of the e-app, it tells you, as soon as you click away, what the next draft day is going to be. Did anybody learn about the 14-day window yet? I know it's day 2. Okay, the 14-day window is, what's today's date?
8th.
Okay, so if everyone just pulls up, today's the 8th. So we could go 14 days. I always pull up the bottom right-hand corner of your computer and pull up the calendar because the client will be able to see that. So for example, it would be to the 22nd they can be, right? If it was the 7th, it would be the 21st, 8th, the 22nd. In that 14-day window, they have to pick, that's going to be their second draft day because the first one's going to be handled in the next few days. And you'll know if it's the weekend, we're going to upload the business by Monday morning. And typically each client would be drafted that Wednesday or Thursday if we submit the business Monday morning. So we always prepare them for the next couple of days, but you'll know depending on where you are in the week, but you always want to make sure the money's good for the client. If they're not, when will be in there? Because if they're worried about $56 being in there, you want to definitely solidify maybe a couple extra times, making sure that it is 100% comfortable and maybe adjust it down. Or also a red flag, if you think about this down the road, if they ask you like, how do I cancel? When can I cancel? That's not a good sign because they're missing the whole boat if they're already thinking about getting rid of it when you're still on it with them. Just from my experience, I used to try to step back and slow down a lot of times when you're new. Myself, I used to just go way too fast right through it. I would sit down. I would not sit back, maybe build a lot more rapport, slow down a little bit, relax. especially at the end of the presentation. If it's any, you have to show that you're visibly relaxed, you know, arm over the chair like you are there, not like all like, you know, tense about it. Like that's just because like your face is going to be their mirror sometimes, especially in the home. It's a little bit different. Well, it is pretty much the same on Zoom, but you definitely want to be aware of those things. And also, everyone looks pretty good, but your background, everyone looks pretty good on there. Like, you know, maybe not have some things in the back. And we also can get everybody the virtual background. If you were ever in a situation, a lot of people, you would want to have your board there, like Paul has there. And that's because Christina's training her. So Christina always has her board there. So that's definitely coachable. And that's definitely helps to have that handy. And there you go, Mo. Everyone has their board now. I'm looking. Perfect. So good job, you guys getting prepared for your presentation. And your homework every night is something that just in school, not everyone does their homework to its full ability, right? It's just one of those things. So the company recommends, you guys are all still in school, you better be doing your homework. Don't be wasting no money. But doing your homework is the 1 or 2 applications every single night. Talk to your field trainer. They're going to give you, say, hey, this age, they have high blood pressure, Joe and Mary, this is their birthdays, this much medication, and you'll have to get through the entire EAP in training mode and really to the end, because you do not want to learn in front of a client. Obviously, that would not look professional. You know, if you're trying to figure it out. I've seen it when it's clear that you can get your script down, but we got to dig into actually getting to the EAPs. That makes it a lot more, a lot easier to get sales. You want to be able to be a EAP wizard, get through that, because it's not the smoothest software that ever created, but it works. And you just have to learn. Can be a little finicky. You have to learn where to click, and don't ever go like click happy. You know what I mean? Like a bunch of clicks. Just, you know, take your time. It'll figure it out. And you'll learn, you know, where to click on the EAP. That's it. Do recommend 2 homework assignments every night. Next is everyone go down the 14-day window. It's confusing, but you never want to click. Like, let's say today's the 8th. We would never want to pick, for example, a day backwards, the 5th, or for example, like the 1st. Why? Anybody know why?
Say it again.
Let's say we don't pick in the 14-day window, I'll give you the answer. The client's going to get double billed because it's not going to be in this 14-day window. But if we pick the 22nd, it's not going to be until July 22nd. You know what I mean? So it's giving them almost a half a month for free. Rather, if we go back, that's going to come, this date's going to come a lot sooner. And they're going to be like, look, I just paid here. And they're going to call you up and say, why did you guys take the investment again here? It's because the 14-day window. So that's something you got to make sure your manager will go over that with you some more as well. But pull up your calendar, 14 days from whatever the date is. Everybody good on that? Next is the conditional receipt. Conditional receipt, which looks just like this. And there's 4 things on here. All you really have to worry about is the client's name, the date, the monthly investment. Notice I say monthly investment rather than premium or bill. That's like a scare word. That at the end, especially in your presentation, you want to get used to using words like your monthly investment will be handled this Wednesday, rather than we're going to take it out of your bank account tomorrow. You know how that sounds a lot worse? It kind of would scare them a little bit more. So you have to be aware of the verbiage you're using, especially during your presentation. Maybe it's someone you wouldn't want to think of bills or payment, rather than, and your investment's going to be handled, your monthly investment could be handled next Wednesday, rather than we're going to take it out of your bank account. Kind of small things like that. Everybody good on the conditional receipt?
Well, those are 3 things. You said name, date, monthly investment, and
Well, your name, your agent number, agent name. Okay. So depending on how many enrollments that you guys have and how your activity for the week, I would say on average, client services, you're gonna be spending, I would say 6 to 8 hours or less. I mean, really, I do that stuff like immediately. And the most important part is the thank you, which we'll go over here. We're still in client services and the thank you note. These are available over in the supply closet. But the thank you note is so important because you just don't want to enroll them and not include the personal handwritten thank you note to where I'll give you kind of the outline. If you notice in the group meet, people are always taking pictures, thumbs up. We do with maybe they're holding the folder. We used to do the freedom of choice picture to where we get their thumbs up, and I'm gonna make sure we send them that print it off here and we put it right in the thank you note. That's just a little something personal that they're like, oh, it's a little extra touch. And here's what you write in your thank you notes. You'll say, obviously, dear, Joe and Mary. You guys can write. I'm not going to pretty much write this whole thing out. Dear Joe and Mary, it was a pleasure meeting you this past week. Dear Joe and Mary, it was a pleasure meeting you this past week on Zoom, perhaps, or virtually. It was a pleasure meeting on Zoom, smiley face. I'm glad that we were to help in protecting you and your family with your benefits through, and especially if it was, for example, a union member, I would put through your SCIU Local 1. That ties in the affiliation to their group again. They're like, oh yes, it rings a bell. So, dear Joe and Mary, I'm glad I was able to help in protecting you and your family with your benefits through the group. If it's a group or child safety kit, you don't have to put that. You can just leave it at that. And you always want to write something personal next to where, hey, good luck, have fun at your trip to Florida, or have fun in Italy, or have fun going to Mexico, or good luck with softball, coaching softball, or whatever it is you can write. I would always write that on the bottom of my summary sheet, or if you have notes on the client. Even now, I always have a notebook when I'm giving a presentation to where I would like to have it printed off, or at least always have their address, name, phone number, their group. That way, because you're going to have to type that about 4 times on the e-app. So get used to having the address very handy, not on a tab somewhere or on your phone to where it just makes you look a little, if you don't have it easily accessed. And don't ask them over and over and over again for their email that they know you already have. It just makes you look unprofessional. You know what I mean? Have that handy because you already have it. In order to be on that Zoom call, you have that information. So make sure you at least grab a notebook and have that over, because you do have to type it, like I said, but 3 times. Because then you'll realize that when you're practicing in the e-app, you're like, wow, I just typed that. Do it again. That's for the discount card. Next one, you're going to do it for the needs analysis. And then on the application, you have to type it again. So just have that information handy. It makes you look more professional. And because you want to act as if, even though you may be brand new, you want to act, they have to feel like you're the professional. They have to feel your confidence, your enthusiasm, because I went over it today. If you look at the last 3 words of enthusiasm, ISM, I am sold myself. Like, you are relaying that message to them. You're transferring the belief in this program. You're getting that excited about it. Does that make sense to everybody? Good. Good. All right. So that's Dear Joe and Mary. It was a pleasure meeting you this past week. I'm glad I was able to help in protecting you and your family. Something personal. If you put the picture in there, I always add, you can go ahead and put us up on the refrigerator because it's like we're family. Smiley face. Nice little touch. Put that on there. And then please don't hesitate to give me a call sincerely and write your name and number, put your business card or an extra. Give one of these to 2 people you can think of. something personal in there, and then you're going to get calls. Some people maybe just thank you for the thank you card, or it's just going to be like, hey, rather than you enroll them, they never hear from you again. It's huge for retention. Everybody get that? I mean, you can add a couple other things, but the personal touch is huge. All right, number 3. Presentation. Now, how many presentations on average should we be doing per week?
10 to
At least
12.
10.
Minimum 10.
10 to be average, but you can obviously push it up. The top producers, if you're looking at Ashley or even like Christina, you're maybe looking like 16, 18, 20 presentations in a week are going to get you to those numbers. And that's where the second part, referrals are going to come into play to, boost these. Because if you're going to book 20 clients and see 30, you're going to enroll, if you're average, the basic 3. But all of our top people, whether it be, Ashley or Christina, week in, week out, they're typically 60, 70, 80%. That's what a top producer is almost every single. Once you learn, once you guys know what you're talking about, you role play each day in training, you put yourself on film. The first time, guys, I know it's not comfortable. You don't even want to watch the first one. You're going to learn. Second one, the third one, maybe you start to watch it with your manager. But the first one, we all know it's not going to be your best work. So we're not going to watch your first one. The second, third, that's when we're going to start to watch it and tell you to tweak a couple things here, or call an audible, have you do this, or just to make sure, even if it's body language, whatever it may be within that entire script, or you'll know watching it once. Okay, I forgot this part entirely, so let me go back, drawing board. One sentence at a time, one part at a time. When I think back learning it, I had to do every way. I wasn't like a natural getting it down. You know what I mean? I had to read it, film, record it, listen to it, write it, type it. It took pretty much all, but I also had a 10-page script, maybe single space with no laptop. We had all these different things. So we had to calculate the rates. So a lot of it's different, but a lot of it is a lot of the same, basic fundamentals. 10 presentations. How long would one presentation take? 2 hours.
Hour and a half.
On average, we'll say that. I mean, some people can get it done in an hour. My quickest presentation in the field, I remember years ago, the lady was, I must have already talked to her on the phone. I was able to blow through everything in home 20 minutes, but that's not going to happen. I'd say shortest nowadays, probably about an hour 15, hour and a half even. But you don't want to rush out of it either. So I'd rather you spend 5-10 minutes extra, love the one you're with, we say, love that client, and take the extra step, do the referral portion, which I'll teach you, which will be like the homework assignment, to where we can go over that if we have time during the referral portion. You guys will learn all about referrals, but what are all the avenues before we get into referrals that are out there to collect in the presentation? Child safe,
AD&D.
AD&D, what's that one called? The Ketchup Program. You guys heard the Ketchup Program yet? Ketchup Program, you're going to learn that, which I'll give it to you briefly, is I always did the Ketchup Program after collecting the AD&Ds, to where there's been a problem. Not all the members return the card. So, Joe, what they have us doing, they call it the Ketchup Program. So they have you list maybe 2 or 3 guys you work closest to, maybe perhaps bump elbows with, just so I can check the system to get their updated and increased package out to them. And so who do you work closest with over down at the shop or over at the factory or wherever with the logo? Okay, perfect name. And I would get 2 or 3 names and then circle back for the numbers. Is he 312 or 770? Who's next? So the Ketchup Program, it's a great avenue because you're just collecting extra leads that they may have not returned the card. And it's almost like it's a referral and it's a union lead at that point. So you're just increasing your probability of getting an enrollment at that point.
And you're only doing that catch-up program, obviously, with somebody who's a union member, right?
Right.
Because you're not gonna do that with neighbor.
Right. I mean, you could, yeah, you could do it with a credit union as well, maybe the other members of the credit union, but we're talking about 15 hours, we'll call it. Is that fair? 15 hours. And lastly, before we get into it, it's gonna be calling leads and referrals. So we all know we get leads, whether it's 100 or 100, however many leads every 2 weeks on average. And before I came for our agency, we got about 70 or 80. Maybe we're lucky if you got 100 per month. Now it's like we're getting, twice as many leads, which that can be good, that we can be lead dependent. But would you guys rather call for 2 hours for the night or 22 hours for the night? Pretty simple. You guys are smart. You're here to make money. You're here to be profitable. You're working smarter, not as hard. Because number one, your schedule can be booked and you're looking at 66% enrollment ratio versus 33% on a union lead or hard card. So 1 out of 3 is average and 2 out of 3 for referrals. So I always go over this portion. You would never go, when we went to homes, you would never go in there and leave your wallet on their table. Because if you forget to collect the referrals, it's like you leave your wallet in the client's home. Because each one would be on average $20 to $50 each referral collected. So we would not want to do that. Don't forget to collect referrals.
Hey, I got a quick. Yeah, I got a quick question here. What about contingent beneficiaries? Like getting a couple extra contingent beneficiaries, like saying it's just.
Those are the two best referrals. So those are like the given referrals, the contingent Benny, emergency contact.
Yeah.
Do our A+ rating. They have us collect an emergency contact. If something did have tertiary beneficiary, who would be next if something would happen? So yeah, those are the emergency contact. Those are the best referrals, hands down, are the contingent beneficiary and the tertiary beneficiary on those. So good question. So, and then there's simply insurance referrals after the fact. So you'll learn all the week about all the individual ways how to collect the referrals, but that's just your brief introduction on there. Now, how many calls does it take to set one appointment?
30.
Yeah, 20 to 30 on average. 30. So how many hours would it take to do that? To set 2 or 3? Yeah, I mean, you should be able to set 2 appointments per hour minimum, but that's what I'm saying. With the referrals, you're going to get twice as many set in. Now, here's the question. If you collect 30 referrals for the week, how many will you set the following week? Anybody know?
You collect how many referrals?
30 for this week. Let's say 4 days in the field. We collected 30 referrals. How many will be on our schedule the following week?
You have 20.
Try to get all 30.
You would try to get 20, 30, but we're going to go with the real data, which is 10. So you will set 33% of the referrals you collect. So that's why 30 per week for you has to be a minimum. Ideally, you want to get to the 60 plus referrals set per week. 15 per day is what Natalie Linker went over with us. So that's the 5 areas that if you ever want to ask, hey, I don't know if I'm doing my job today. What were the 5 areas? Number 1 was 150 dials. So 150 dials, 20 to 30, how many appointments would that be? What, 4, 5, 6. Well, if you're 10, that'd be 15. I always give Marissa a shout out because I always look at the numbers and the data on everyone in the agency. And Marissa seems to be always up at the top. A lot of your trainers are too. I think last week she's usually 5 to 8 to 10 dials to get one appointment set. So when you get good on the phone, and your number one thing on the phone is, write this down, is smile and dial. Smile and dial. When we talk about the phones, always write that on your top of your phone scripts, because you can hear it. We teach it a lot. You probably went over it with you, Gabby and Nick. You can hear it, right? Hey, Sean. Hey, Mo. All right, we good on this stuff? You guys have any questions on this? You know this stuff? $150. What's the other one she went over? Were you guys on the call yesterday? $1,000 ALP, which would be average. What was another one? 15 referrals. I gave that one to you for the day. That'll get you 4 field days to your 60 for the week. What was the other?
2 sales.
2 sales. That would be, well, 2 sales on average would be over the 1,600 ALP. And what was another? Was there another one she put?
3 presentations.
Okay, yeah, 3 sits, 3 prezos. And I'm gonna add one for you. 1 PR. She talked about it. I would add that on there. If you get 1 PR, because also that's $750. That's an avenue for you to earn income. And you don't have to train them, bless them with the opportunity on Zoom. Someone that you trust, someone you maybe want to work with, or someone you can see doing this. As soon as you get your first piece of business, that's when your 90-day starts to get your 750. As soon as they get their agent number. And then it goes to 250 after that. I wish they had that when I was building teams. I can imagine, like, they never had that. So you guys got to definitely take advantage. That would have been huge. I would have probably put it back into the business. If I was a new essay and I recruited 4 people, like a lot of our new essays are, you have 4 people on your team. That'd be a $3,000 bonus as soon as they get their number. Just like all you guys got your number, 1 deal. Could be a head start, could be any program. $750 a person, that's awesome. Take advantage of it.
I have a question regarding personal referrals.
Yes.
So Tommy was talking about in one of his meetings prior to training, if you're a new agent and you said you already have people that you want to refer, get them in now, because by the time they're done with their licensing and stuff, you could possibly be an SA. So,
right.
So my next question is, how do you want us going about like giving their phone numbers? Because I know we're not going to be the ones interviewing them. Do you give that to your manager, or should you just? I don't know who you give that information to.
Who's your manager?
Christina.
I would text. Do you have Gio's number too?
Yeah. Should I ask Gio more about it?
I would, as soon as we're done here, or you can even do it now. It's that important. I would text, hey, Gio and Christina, this is my buddy. Here's his name and number and email. He's expecting be like, hey, I can't promise you anything. I can give you my manager next time they're hiring. I'll have them give you a call.
Okay.
Gio or Christina, I would give them their phone. Gio's a 412 and Christina's from Jersey. I don't even know what that number is.
Yeah, it's something nuts. It's like 704.
So I would prepare them for those 2 area codes. Would be a nice thing. And be like, hey, and then I'll say, when should he receive a call?
Okay.
I would get the 10 of those.
Yeah, no, I have a list of a decent amount of people right now, so I was gonna start sending out their numbers.
Yeah, I wouldn't promise them anything, but that's a great way to. That's like a cheat code. You can get there a lot quicker and get a lot of extra money. But you can go at your own pace. But a lot of people are like, let me see how I do before. But you'll still be able to help that person and get the recruiting bonus and learn the company did studies on this too. If you have one personal in here, you are 600% more likely to have a 200,000 or whatever success they had. 600% more success when you have personals, because you almost care about that person. You're helping them. You guys are working together, and it's going to do a lot for you. But are we good on the 6 things? Any questions on that? Good question. Get that.
I have a quick question. So when you bring in a recruit, like when do you get the bonus? When they sign in the onboarding papers, or is it when they sign the contract, or is it when they, like if I were.
When you do your onboarding, you'll make sure they put your email as the recruiting referral, but they'll get it as soon as they get their first piece of business, which will be a lot of you guys will be this week typically. As soon as you have your agent number and your training, you're going to get coded with a piece of business when you're with your field trainer or like that. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, but I was just asking, like I know there are some people that are interested in this opportunity, but I'm not sure if I want them to pass the test, get their state license and all that before getting them recruited, or recruit them now and then they can get it later on.
Well, yeah, that's part of the third interview process. We would do that with them. So just
do they have to be licensed? Like, do they have to be licensed in order for me to be able to get that?
Text Mason and me their numbers, and I'll call them with Mason. Do you have my number?
Yeah, let me write it down.
There's my number, so you can text us their info, and I'll make sure Mason calls them, and I'll call them with them.
And that would add to my PR, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
All right, gotcha.
No, he said Sean said he's going to take it from.
It goes to mine, buddy.
I know Sean's been outselling me, man. I'm worried about it.
No, he's not. He was just messing with you.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that absolutely goes to you 100%. What's great about that? You guys obviously are in training class. You're not prepared to train your friends yet and your family or whoever. But once they're trained, they'll go through the training process just like you are doing this week, and with your manager and all these things. And you'll be able to obtain the SA contract promotion, and those people are going to be on your team, trained for you. And so it's like a steroid shot injection. That's all I can think of. Like, remember, like the, Mark McGuire and all those guys, they used to, Barry Bonds. I mean, I think they're probably still doing it over there.
Yeah, I got you, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Perfect. Awesome. So what time, how we doing on time? So it's typically we'll give you guys like a 4-minute break here. We'll get going at 2 o'clock. Last hour will be 2 to 3. Have your phone scripts, and it'll give you like a 5-minute break. Maybe 2:01. Got to go to the bathroom. We'll just wrap up here at 3 o'clock today. Sound good? Good? All right. We'll see you in a minute.
Awesome.
4 minutes.
Hey, Paul, bro, how you doing, man?
Good. Just hanging at home.
Yeah. How did you get recruited, bro?
So I was actually contacted through Christina on a LinkedIn. So she messaged me while I was at school, and it was actually right after I had an interview with MetLife, which is another life insurance company.
So you were looking for a job in insurance?
Yeah. I'm studying financial planning and wealth management type of deals. So that deals with insurance. So honestly, whatever type of insurance job I could get into was kind of fit the guidelines of what I was studying. So this actually works out perfect. So how about you, man?
My story is kind of crazy because since I'm an international, I had like I was saying, like in February, I came across this opportunity, but I couldn't work for like a couple months because I had to get my legal work permit. So I was waiting for all that, and then I passed the exam in like 5 days and just jumped on this opportunity. And the way I got here was like, since I couldn't work and I had bills to pay and stuff, I was literally looking to work for somebody for free. I literally sent I CV to a lot of different opportunities on Indeed, and or the opportunity that got me here was actually a marketing agency. It wasn't even an insurance company yet. And I'm a computer science major, so I applied for it. I was like, I'll learn how to do Facebook ads and YouTube ads and all that. And Mr. Vina contacted me. So, we did our interview, and at the end when he's like, okay, can you sign the onboarding papers? And I'm like, sorry, Mr. Vina, I can't work.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he
So
was
wait,
like,
where you from originally?
I'm actually from Pakistan.
No way, no way. So do you live in the States now?
Yeah, I'm actually in St. Louis, Missouri right now.
Awesome. How do you like it so far?
What's that?
Sorry, how do you like it so far? I'm filling up my water. I apologize.
No, that's okay, bro. I mean, it's great, bro. I love it. My girlfriend's actually from Chicago, which I met when I was in the school, in Augustana. And it's been great, man. I've been going back and forth, but it's kind of been shitty because, like, as soon as I came, pandemic hit, everything shut down, and there was tons of protests, and, I haven't really gotten to, enjoy the real America yet, to be honest with you, bro.
Yeah, I completely agree. You kind of,
like
you kind of caught us at the shittiest point.
Yeah, that's what all my friends tell me, because I've been to Chicago quite a few times and stuff. And to be honest, like, I still haven't been to the Bean. Like, can you believe that? Like, I've been here in the United States for 2 years, and I've been in Chicago for like almost 1.5 years, and I haven't been to the Bean. Because like everything's like you gotta wear a mask, and it's like, not fun, bro.
Well, I mean, now, at least in Missouri, I'm probably sure everything's probably pretty open.
Yeah, and Missouri is kind of open. Then my girlfriend transferred to TCU, so when I went there, like in Texas, everything's chill, bro. Like there's no like
Not a single rule in the world.
Yeah, like it's full capacity. The bars are always full. Nobody gives a damn about pandemic.
So do they have they're on TCU's out of Fort Worth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's near Dallas, correct?
Yeah, that's like 40 minutes away from Dallas.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
I feel bad. You did obviously kind of come in at a tougher time. It's brutal.
I know, and then I couldn't work either. I was like, I can't have fun. I can't work. I'm out of school. I'm going crazy, bro. I need to find something useful, and then I found this, and I'm like, I've been busy.
Yeah, and this job just seems, I mean, from what I've seen, super lucrative. There's so much opportunity. So
exactly.
And I kind of like that you can be your own boss there too.
I know, like you can just work hard, go on an extra vacation, and come back and work hard again.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, we'll pick up on this conversation some other time, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Good to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too.
That's just the company policy there.
All right, we guys ready?
Yes, sir.
You guys ready? Cool. So second part, you guys have your phone scripts ready. We're gonna get on some phone tips. But before that, we're just gonna brush up on some more referrals. So let me show you guys what's great about, referrals, is that this could be somebody that maybe, this could be a neighbor or a friend or even one of your first sit downs, a union member or a referral, whoever. But whoever that you're practicing your presentation with, they're gonna have the opportunity in all the avenues we talked about to give you, whether it be, 5 referrals, which would be, obviously, we know we got the 2 guaranteed referrals, and they know 1 or 2 people with kids. Everybody likes to save money, or they want to sponsor a will or a Ketchup. So we got the 2 primary, contingent, tertiary, whatever it is. Now, these 2 referrals, the thing about referrals is that they give you more referrals. They'll actually, so 5 or 10 more, and this person over here, they're actually going to give you 10 referrals. And now you're going over here, and if you think about, look, I used to track my referrals sometimes 3 and 4 generations deep, to where each one is $20 to $50, to where just focusing on 5 to 10, or if you do your minimum 15 a day, you're going to be able to have the appointment set. Because if we look at your first week, when you're released, you pass your 2-week training, you get your 2 sales, your first week out there, that's going to be, obviously, that's your best opportunity for collecting referrals, because you're going to have the most appointments set. So you should be able to set 20 appointments that week off of just your leads. in that 4 days in the field or 7 days. Week 2, 15. Week 3, 10. Week 4, 5. So on average, you'll be able to set 12 and a half appointments from your lead. So the difference has to come from the referrals. To book the 30, to get the 15 in there. Week 1's your best chance. Thursday, I believe it's this week, you'll go into more detail. You're actually going to be role playing each referral. And what we're doing now is not everyone before was putting them entering into impact. So that's something on your e-app. It's you click the sponsors, referral at the top once you open your e-app, and then click add. And then you'll be able to actually add the referrals right into the e-app. And then once you do an online update, they're going to show up right in your Impact Mobile. Does that make sense, everybody? So that's how you actually have your referrals right in your mobile device. So especially when you get your own name, and Mr. Vina will be able to see every agent, whether it's your supervisor, whether it's me, whether it's you, how many referrals that you have in your Impact. So when he goes to do leads, he's going to be like, wow, so-and-so is really amazing. They're taking care of the leads. By every presentation, you should try to replace that presentation. Does that make sense? So just whether it's rolling the referral, collecting more referrals, just to be able to replace that one.
Do a lot of people here seem to generate more leads off of the referrals and they don't even use the leads?
Not as much as we really want it to be, or that I've seen in the past. Because we have so many groups, it's a good problem to have. So many members and leads, it's definitely a good problem to have the leads, but definitely each one, Mr. Vina has to pay, $26 basically for one person to go see investing into us, to where leads, if you're getting twice the result and you're being way more profitable. So you're getting, if you should be able to get 100 ALP per lead. So if you're getting 100 leads, you should be able to do 10,000 ALP generally with the referrals. Does that make sense to you? So you get 100 leads and you write 10,000 for the month, that would be 100 ALP per lead. That's typically like what we want to shoot for when you have a team and when we're growing. And that's why referrals, you don't have to, it can be a crapshoot. If you're calling leads, you'll see you get 4 people to answer. You can literally make 100 calls and not get too many people or too many to answer. That's just, and obviously it's lucky we get leads pretty much every 2 weeks anyway. So with the referrals, you're not going to run into that, because no one wants to make a bunch of calls and not talk to anybody. Maybe the leads were, called a few times. So referral is going to be the answer and the solution to that for all those things. And you'll be able to grow. You won't be dependent on a lead pack. You don't want to roll the dice on your week. You want to be able to use leads and sprinkle referrals and sprinkle leads and go back and forth and do both. We use our leads to build referrals. And that's a good question. Some of our agents in the past have been all referrals. Hey, is Christine all referrals? I don't know. She probably runs some leads still, I would imagine, right? Especially when you're training. You don't want to run all referrals when you're training somebody, because they're going to be running leads typically. We want to get you guys to have 30 to 60 of your own referrals from this training process that you're collecting. So that's why you guys have to get good at the morning session, role play. And I say you guys and girls generically. That's like everybody, not just like guys and girls. Don't get mad at me or anything.
I actually have a question about the calls. So is it common if you're calling a bunch of people and nobody's picking up to leave a message and have them call you back at all?
We try to avoid generally leaving messages, but if for example, you're calling my leads and it's been your 4th or 5th or maybe 6th time through the 100 leads, and you called maybe 2 or 3 different times and 2 or 3 different lines, at that 4th or 5th round, it will be okay. Go over it briefly with your manager what to say first, but I would make it brief. Hey, this is Gabby with American Income. We're handling your benefits through the Teamsters. Make sure you never would say, this is Gabby, I'm handling your benefits with Teamsters, because people have gotten terminated for that. because we're not with Teamsters, we're with American Income. Does that make sense? So that would be a big no-no for leaving a message. Don't say you're with the union, because we're not. We're with American Income. We handle the benefits through your local 262. So we got to make sure we are clear. And that's why we always have the scripts in front of us. Even managers, myself included, I don't want to call without having the scripts like right in front of me. Because, you know, whether you're talking about something, you may lose your spot. Be able to go back. That definitely helps. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, thanks.
Any other questions before we move on? Anybody?
Were you just talking about appointment setting or actual presentations with keeping your script handy?
What's your question?
You were talking about keeping scripts handy.
Phone scripts. Yeah, not your presentation much, because you got to have that memorized to start training class today. Is pretty much how we do it. But if you have to, I mean, even like, you know, note cards, or you got to just get that memorized. I mean, you got to have it with your PowerPoint. You have like it's a cue card, or some people have actually put notes on their PowerPoint. I would recommend doing that stuff. You got to know it. You think Tom Brady knows his playbook? Yeah, he knows his playbook. So he's going to make professional income. So, you know, it's like you got to know your plays to get professional income. Like you got to be a professional. So yeah, you got to pretty much get it down. It was hard for me. So I had to take extra practice and take an extra mile and put the extra films in and get uncomfortable. It's not always going to be fun, but you're going to like the result, you know? So good question on there. Where are we at here? All right. You guys ready for phones? Now the big phone tips, and I already touched on it, it's obviously smile and dial. And on each of your phone scripts, I am busy, I am important, I am in control. And you know that's by telling the referral, look, I'm seeing 8 members today, I'm completely swamped. And in some of your scripts, it says that, or letting them know, look, we're completely booked. They have me wrapping everybody up. You're one of the last members. And then always go into the 2 times, which one works better for you in those windows. And so what we're going to do, we're going to get you guys some action and give you guys some tips and feedback on, you know, how your phone presentation is going to be. With some energy. Let's see you smiling and dialing, and we'll do a little round robin here because it's going to take a little more time. So who wants to volunteer? Who wants to kick us off with the hard card? And then everyone's going to get a shot to go. If we have time, we'll get into a will kit, or halfway actually. We'll go 3. How about we do 3 hard cards, 3 will kits, and 3 child safety kits. We'll start with the hard cards. Who wants to lead us off with the hard cards?
I mean, I can try. I mean,
let's go. I love it.
Let's get it, man. It's training. Nobody's gonna judge me, right?
What's a hard card? It could be a union member. It could be a credit union member. It could be an association. What's the difference?
What's the difference?
What's the difference between a credit union and a credit union?
The union is like local something, and the credit union is probably SEIU or something.
Credit union is basically like their bank. It's a group of people that essentially do their banking there, and we're affiliated with them, whether it be like the Loyola Employees Credit Union, or there's so many different credit unions that you may work with, but yeah, a labor union, it's their work basically. It's their it's their labor. It's their, whether it's a Teamster, operating engineer, and you don't want to slip and say, like a lot of new agents, through your union, if it's like a will kit or a credit union or an association. What's an association? That could be like a group of people with a similar interest. It could be like the VFW veterans, or it could be the Moose. We don't have too many associations in our leagues actually, but generally in different territories, you will see association leagues, credit union leagues. We're lucky to have the most like union, POS. I like will kits and child safety kits because they're info, everything's on there, ready to go. They just filled it out, relatively recent. Because I don't feel bad. I used to run 2-year-old child safety kits, 70 of them. So like even if it's a month or 2 old, or even 6 months old, if they fill it out, that is perfectly fine because we can always say, hey, sorry it's taking so long. They were on back order, or due to the pandemic, or whatever the situation, they actually have updated kits. Sorry it's taking so long. You're one of the last members. Because of this, they got you now a discount card as well to save money, or a free will kit. So you can always add a few things for the client in terms of those rescheduling. But let's start off. Who wants to start us? Hard cards.
I can start.
Go ahead, Mo. And you call Gabby, and then Gabby can go and call Paul, and then Paul can call Enrique, and Enrique can call Vince, and Vince can call Sabrina, Sabrina can call Nick, Nick can call Juan.
Okay.
Juan can call Takira, Takira can call Sean, Sean can call Nicole. Sorry about that.
All right, so I'm calling Gabby right now, right?
Yes, sir. And then we'll give you some feedback, what you did well, what you may have missed, and we'll go on to the next person. So.
Got you. Hey, Gabby. Hello?
Hey.
Hey, Gabby. I'm Mo with American Income Life. We handle some of your benefits through your local 277. How are you doing tonight?
Doing great. How's it going with you?
Great. Actually, Gabby, the reason for this very quick call is about your 3x5 yellow beneficiary card you filled out and sent back into union. And I just needed to verify this information that you wrote down, and just to make sure that I'm reading your handwriting correctly. Now, you wrote down your birthday as 5/1/1997. Is that correct?
Yep.
Awesome. And now your address is 51 Oak Street Avenue or something?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, great. And your beneficiary is still James? James Stern? Is that correct? James Stern?
Yep.
Perfect. That's why I wanted to make sure. Just once again. All right. Now, Gabby, have you had a chance to make it to any of the union meetings where they discuss the benefit program to you guys?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, they actually set you up with 4 no-cost benefits, one of which is the life insurance policy that if, God forbid, you didn't come home, Gabby, tomorrow, then your beneficiary, James Stern, would be receiving it. And now you're one of the last few members in your local 277 that hasn't received their benefit package yet. And it's just my job to deliver and, answer any questions that you or your spouse may have. Now, Gabby, we're delivering and explaining everyone's benefit packages virtually. So I need to ask you, are you or your spouse familiar with Zoom meetings at all?
No, I've actually never used them before.
Oh, well, it's just a virtual app that we use for our meetings. And, if you could just, let me write down your email so I can send you that mail. And then, you could just, it's completely self-explanatory. You just click through, it's going to download the app for you. And, we'll be able to get on board and, do this all virtually. Now your email is?
So the app like downloads itself?
Yeah, it's just once you click on the the link, it's gonna take you to the download link. You download the app, and it's just you just have to join the link. You just join the meeting using the link, and it works on its own. You just have to click on the link, which I'm gonna send to your email.
I don't have a smartphone.
You don't have a smartphone? It can work on your computer too. It's actually we really prefer computers. So
Okay, I have like.
Yeah. Do you have a computer though?
I have an iPad.
Yeah, it works perfectly with the iPad too. It's actually even easier on the iPad. So your email is Gabby.
Is this gonna take a long time?
Actually, let's just take, it won't take much of time. We just have to explain your benefits to you and, you know, get you taken care of and get your families protected. Like I said, I'm really busy and, you're one of the last unit members and I got to make sure that I get to squeeze you into my schedule because, we have to take care of you guys as soon as possible. Listen, Gabby, I don't have my rebuttals on me, so you keep throwing rebuttals at me, man. Like this.
Sorry.
Bro, like this is the only thing Mason sent me, and you just keep throwing rebuttals at me.
Sorry. You're doing great.
This was supposed to be an easy thing, man. I was supposed to
Definitely have your rebuttal sheet. Yeah, you guys definitely want to have your rebuttal sheet there. That helps a lot.
Bro,
and ask me to email a little bit smoother. All right, we'll just need your email so we can get your package sent out to you. See how that sounds?
Man, I was thinking about these rebuttals so much. It's got so much time in it. I think I need to plan AC or something, man.
Good rebuttals, though. Have your rebuttal sheet. But yeah, each time, guys, you'll get better. Each time you practice, each time you do your presentation on film, you'll get a percentage. You'll get incrementally better each time. So,
I mean, I improvised.
Smile a little more. You would like to smile. You weren't smiling. You weren't smiling.
All right, I got you, bro. I think it would be really fun.
All right, let's hear it, Gab.
All right, so I'm calling Paul, right?
You got it.
All right.
Ring.
Ring, ring, ring.
He didn't answer. He didn't answer.
He didn't answer?
No, he didn't answer.
His mic's on. Oh.
Answer the
I'm
phone,
mute.
Paul.
I'm on mute. That's my bad. That's my bad. I was talking to myself.
You're busy. All right, now you answer.
Hello?
Hey, Paul.
Yeah, hello?
Hey, this is Gabriella giving you a call with American Income. How's it going today?
That's going all right. How are you?
I'm great. So we handle your benefits through XYZ Union. They should have sent you a letter in the mail, and you sent back this little 3x5 reply card. So I just needed to verify the information that you wrote down. Now it says that your address is 311 East Scott Avenue. Is that going to be correct?
Yeah, but how long is this going to take?
Oh, it's not going to take too long. It depends on how many questions you have, but I run a pretty booked up schedule. So for me, the shorter, the better.
All right.
Now, is your date of birth May 23rd, 1996? Is that correct?
Yes.
And then it says your beneficiary is listed as your mom, Mary.
Okay, yeah, I don't really remember doing this.
Okay, did you want us to change your beneficiary for you at all?
No, that's all right. Thank you.
So we just really need to get these benefits over to you because you're entitled to them through your union. So there's plenty of no-cost benefits that are going to save you a lot of money on out-of-pocket medical expenses and things like that.
Okay.
Great. So are you familiar with Zoom at all?
Yeah, I am.
Perfect. So we can send you over a link. Normally we would sit down with our members face-to-face to go over the benefits and deliver them to you in depth. But I'm sure you understand, given the situation with COVID and everything, it's just easier for us and for you to meet over Zoom. So what is your email address? I could get that sent over to you. And does tomorrow at 6 p.m. work or Wednesday at 12 p.m. work?
Neither of those times really work for me. I'm booked pretty much until 8 o'clock at night.
Sure. And Paul, I forgot to ask you before, do you have a spouse?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. So we'll want to figure out a time that works best for both of you because the benefits will also pertain to them and they'll want to hear about them. So does Friday at 8 p.m. work for both of you?
Yes, it should.
Perfect. So we have you down for Friday, 8 p.m. And your email address was?
Paul@gmail.com.
Paul@gmail.com. Perfect. Now, if for any reason that time doesn't work for you, feel free to reach out to me and we could get you rescheduled, because we do sit with about 10 to 15 union members a day. So if for any reason you're unable to sit at that time, we'll need to get another member in your time slot. Does that sound good?
Yep, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right, DC, you sounded great. I was smiling down, but a couple things. In the beginning of the script, you wrote down your date of birth as this instead of like, we have your info. I forget what you said there, but I want you to say, you wrote down your date of birth as this. Unless they entered it, then I'll remember maybe you entered it. Does that make sense to you? And then secondly, he said he doesn't remember this. Oh, you don't remember? Perhaps, perhaps it was your wife. The handwriting's pretty neat because sometimes the spouse will fill it out if they don't remember. That's just a side note for you. That has happened a bunch in the past to where, oh, you don't remember. Maybe it was your wife. The handwriting is pretty neat. Anyway, my job is just to explain your 4 no-cost benefits. Did you ever go to the meetings about this program? Oh, you didn't? That might be where some confusion's coming from. The meetings is a big one. Always put it back to meetings. You attend the meetings. They sent you this letter. You returned a card. It's my job to go over your 4 no-cost benefits. And then you said a time, and then another time. It's give them the 2 times. Look, we're completely booked. I see 8 to 10 families a day. We're swamped, but I could squeeze you in tonight at 8:30, or we had tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Which one works better for you? Oh, 10 a.m. Perfect. Do me a favor. Go ahead and grab a piece of paper. I have some very important information for you. Get the email. So give them 2 times. Which one works better for you? And then at the end, you said, oh, your spouse. I would want them to be there. Why do you want my spouse to be there? We'll need you both there. We need you both. You always want to say want, and every new agent wants to do the same thing. You need to, replace want with need on there. And rather than, Tommy stuck his head in there and threw me off. Want versus need. New agents always want to add want there rather than need, especially, hey, I needed to get your benefit package out to you right in the beginning. Or no, I just wanted to get why do you want to get your benefit package out? No, you'll want to last members. I needed to go over this with you. You and Mary. You see how that's a lot stronger, and they're going to be there, more control over the phone. And that's where it starts, on the phone with the control. It starts on the phone, goes to the presentation in the beginning, the rapport. Hey, go ahead. Hey, this is very important. I have your package here. Is Mary there? I don't see her. Oh, she's doing the dishes. Very important. I'll make it quick for you guys. Go ahead and grab her. We need to go over both of you. She needs to know how all this works with your 4 no-cost benefits. Because people will try to get you on a one leg, won't they? If you've been there, that's
their way out.
They want to get a one leg on there just to get it done with. I got to talk to my wife. Yeah, they think, but hey, she's the beneficiary. We'll need you both there so you both know how all your benefits work.
In case something would happen to you, she needs to know.
She needs to make a claim.
To her,
vice versa, exactly.
Correct. So this is the best way to get it to you. My schedule's available for both ends at this time. Can you meet? No. Okay.
This time. Oh, you're headed out of town. Where are you going? I'll take a step back. Don't just 6 times in a row. Feel it out a bit. Say, oh, where are you headed this weekend? You're out of town. Where are you going? Then they may give you some information. They talk about, oh, you're going to camping. Wow, I love camping. Or hunting. I love hunting. Never been hunting once in my life.
What if
Me too attitude. They got to buy you.
Sorry. What if you present like 2 options and they're still like, both of those options don't work for me, but you already said we're super swamped?
Oh, I tell you what. Next 2 days, I only have one other opening. You guys don't work Sundays, do you? Oh, of course not. I didn't think so. I'm actually, since you want last packages, I had one opening. It's actually 3 o'clock this Sunday or at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Which one works better for you? Like we'll find somewhere that we know their day off is, they're going to be home, and then make it look exclusive. Say, look, it shouldn't take long, but I can just wrap you up. That way you both are there, and it's that important to know you guys will really appreciate you set that time aside. I understand how you feel. Feel, felt, found is a huge way. If you looked at your playbook, or your manager will get you a playbook. Feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel. A lot of members have felt that way, but once they have found out these are permanent, they were really excited about the visit. So feel, felt, found, you can use that with anything on the phone or even in the presentation. Feel, felt, found. All right, who's up?
I believe I am.
Okay, let's get it. Hard card.
All right, let me pull it up.
Hey,
Hey, Enrique.
hey,
Hey, this is Paul with American Income. We actually handled some of your benefits through Teamsters Local 123. How are we doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. Can't complain. Sunny day out. Now, the only reason why I'm touching base is because of that 3x5 yellow card that you filled out and that you turned into us. We just need to verify the information that you wrote down. Then we can get you off the phone here real quick.
I don't remember doing this.
Okay, no problem. It's probably just taking us a while to get back to you, but it was a 3x5 yellow beneficiary card that you and your wife filled out down as you filled your wife out as your beneficiary on the insurance policy. Do you remember doing that?
Oh, okay, now I do. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So it looks like you wrote down your address as 123 Locust Drive. Is that still current, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, you also wrote down your date of birth as 12345. That hasn't changed on us, right?
All right.
All right, perfect. So you also listed your wife, as I said before, as your beneficiary on your life insurance policy through the union. Is that going to remain the same as well?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So my last question is were you able to attend any of the meetings where they discussed the benefits program with you guys?
Unfortunately not.
Okay, no problem. So what they did is they actually set you up with 4 no-cost benefits, one of which is that insurance policy that will go to your wife. God forbid if something were to happen to you. So typically it would be our job to deliver the benefits, explain them, and answer any questions that either you and your wife may have. But due to the current situation, in order to protect both you and me, what they've done is transitioned into virtual meetings. That way we keep our commitment of protecting our members and we stay safe. So what they're using right now is Zoom. Are you familiar with it at all?
I am.
All right, perfect. Yeah, it's what all the teachers and some of the doctors are using for telehealth. So now we've been in the area for about 7 to 8 days, servicing about 147 members, and we've just been extremely busy. But these are actually our last 2 days in the area. So we just need to figure out, are you and your wife still working the day shift?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. What time do you and your wife typically get home together?
Around 5 p.m.
Okay, perfect. So does any time between 6 and 7 or 7 and 8 work?
6 and 7 would work, but I just have a question. Why does my spouse have to be there?
Great question. So the company requires a spouse to be there because we have to make sure you both completely understand how it all works with what you have. So, okay, great. So next thing I'm going to have you do is take out a pen and a piece of paper real quick. I have some important information I need you to take down, and just let me know whenever you're ready.
Okay. However, I do have something to let you know. I'm not with the union anymore. Does that matter?
That's no problem at all. The benefits are permanent and portable. So once you filled out this 3x5 yellow card, you'll always have these benefits.
Okay, perfect. And I already have my pen and paper.
Okay, sounds good, man. So what I'm going to have you do first is take down my name. It's going to be Paul, and this will make things quick and easy. So once you have that down, we're going to take down our appointment time between 6 and 7 p.m. for you and your wife. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to have you take down is our quality control confirmation number, which is 621126. You're going to need this in order to receive your benefits, so I'm just going to ask you to repeat that back to me real quick.
621126.
Great, man. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you out that Zoom link, and if you don't mind, can you give me your email?
Sure. It's enrique@gmail.com.
Great. So let me know if you've received it.
All right, got it.
Perfect. Now I have you in for Wednesday between 6 and 7 p.m. Do you see any reason why that day or time would not work for both you and your wife?
Not at all.
Great. Okay. So if we put you in the schedule, that does mean a number member who's been waiting for us couldn't be seen. So I just have to make sure.
Perfect.
All right. Perfect. I look forward to putting a face to the call and taking care of you and your wife tomorrow. Take care, man.
You as well.
Awesome. Sounded good energy, I would say. What are some tips for him? What do you do well?
I think pretty much everything, man.
Made sure that he had a spouse.
Spouse was there.
Yeah, the spouse was there. Also, he asked if they were still working day shift together. I don't know how he would know that off of the card, but like, he did
Yeah,
that really good.
that's in the script. That's kind of assuming they work daylight. Maybe he knew somehow, but yeah, he wouldn't know off the card. That's kind of just assuming that you're right.
Right.
So
Um,
they would correct him if he was wrong, I guess. No, you're not working daylight. No, I'm not sure I had that in the system.
So is that kind of more of just like a strategy to kind of figure out what time they do work without kind of being like, hey, what time do you work?
Or I typically ask, when are you and Mary both home together? Or do you work
Okay.
daylight shift? You both work, or when are you home together? Because that's what you want to know, when they're both home together. Oh, you
Yeah.
guys are working. Okay, well, when's your day off? Okay, what time does she get home? I'll tell you what I can do for you. Since you're off Wednesday and she gets home at 3:30, I'm completely booked, but I did have one opening between 4 and 5, right when you get home. Or I could actually make my last stop at 8:30, between 8:30 and 9. Which one works better for you? Last stop, perfect. Do me a favor, grab a piece of paper, and I'm gonna actually go ahead and pull up your email. I'm gonna send you the link right now just to make sure you're able to have this installed. So ideally, when they're on the phone as well, and they're not driving down the road or anything, setting the appointment, you're getting them up on the Zoom, especially if they've never been on it before, or you're walking them through it. At least have them coach them up how to download Zoom Cloud Meeting, or if you ever download an app, Google Store, App Store, you have to be able to walk through people through this stuff. Makes sense to you guys?
Cool.
So it's very important because yeah. What'd you say?
Who do I have to call again?
Oh,
What's
Vince.
it? Vince? Okay, got it. Hey, Vince.
Hello.
Hey, Vince. This is Enrique with American Income. We actually handle some of your benefits through the Teamsters 123. How are we doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I can't complain. Weather's looking perfect outside. Now, the only reason why I'm touching base is because of that 3x5 yellow card that you filled out and that you turned into us. We just need to verify the information that you wrote down and we can get you off the phone here, okay? Now, it looks like you wrote down your address as 1213 Reflection Drive. That is still current, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, perfect. Okay, you also wrote down your date of birth as 12345. That hasn't changed on us, right?
That's correct.
Okay, perfect. Now you listed your wife/husband as your beneficiary on the life insurance policy through the Teamsters Local 123. Is that going to remain the same?
Yeah, that's correct. Well, how long is this going to take?
So it's actually not going to take so long. It only takes 1 minute. The sooner, the better. So now my last question is, were you able to attend to any of the meetings where they discussed the benefit programs with you guys?
I was not able to know.
All right, no problem. So what they did is actually set you up with 4 no-cost benefits, one of which is that insurance policy that will go to Mary, God forbid something were to happen to you. Okay, so typically it will be our job to deliver the benefits, explain them, and answer any questions that either you or your wife, Mary, might have. Now, due to the current situation, in order to protect both you and me, what they've done is transition into a virtual meeting. That way, we still keep our commitment of protecting our members. What they're using is Zoom. Are you familiar with Zoom?
Yeah, I've used it a few times.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, it's what all the teachers are using for the kids and the doctors what are using for their patients. Now, we've been in the area for about 7 to 8 days, servicing 147 members. And let me tell you, we've been running around like chickens with the heads cut off. But these are actually our last 2 days in the area, right? So more or less, we just need to figure out, are you and your wife still working the day shift?
We are, yes.
Okay, perfect. What time do you and your wife typically get home together?
I get home around 5 and she gets home around 6.
Okay, perfect. So we are servicing about 8 to 11 members a day, but we can either squeeze you in tomorrow anytime between 6 and 7 p.m. or anytime between 7 and 8 p.m. Which time works better for you guys?
I would say between 7 and 8, but why does my wife need to be there?
A great question. So the company requires a spouse to be there because we have to make sure that you both completely understand how it all works with what you have. All right. So great. Real quick, go ahead and grab me a pen and piece of paper. I have some very important information I need you to write down. Just let me know when you're ready, man.
All right, I got it.
Okay, so first thing is, my name is Enrique. You can spell it out as Enrique. So go ahead and write down our appointment time anytime between 7 and 8 p.m. tomorrow for you and your wife, Mary. Last thing is the quality control confirmation number, 621126. You're gonna need this in order to receive your benefits. Real quick, can you just repeat back just to make sure you have it?
Yeah, I have it as 621126.
All right, awesome, man. That was quick. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is send you out that Zoom link. What is your email?
It is vinny@yahoo.com.
Okay, vinny@yahoo.com. All right, it's sending already. Please let me know when you've received it. All right.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, awesome, perfect. Okay, so Vince, now I have you in for tomorrow, Friday the 11th, anytime between 7 and 8 p.m. Do you see any reason why tomorrow, anytime between 7 and 8 p.m. will not work for both you and your wife tomorrow?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, perfect. Because let me tell you, man, if we put you into that schedule, that does mean another member who has been waiting for us couldn't be seen. So just have to make sure. Perfect. I look forward to putting a face to the phone call and taking care of you and your wife tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, take care, man.
Take care.
All right, what do you do well?
I would say that he was really quick on the rebuttals. He didn't have to like look over it or anything. He was also good verbiage as well.
He was in control. I think the kind of with the does that work for you? He doesn't really give them that much of an option. He kind of just says, hey, this is how it's going. This is the way it's got to be. And he does it in a polite way.
He had great energy as well.
All right, good energy, yeah.
Good repetition.
Date and the time, she said you repeated the date and time, good job. Yeah. I would smile a little more in the beginning, maybe a little bit louder, just to critique you a little bit, maybe a little bit more loud would help, but good job though. All right, let's see it.
I'm calling Sabrina, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sabrina,
Hey,
hi, this is Vinny from American Income. We handle your benefits through the Teamsters. They sent you a letter about this, and you actually sent in a little yellow reply card. I just need to verify the information that you wrote down. No, you wrote down that your address is 123 Main Street. Is that correct?
I don't remember this little card.
Not to worry. A lot of times, the husband or wife can write down this. So it might have been your husband that wrote down some of the information, but you also wrote down your address as 123 Main Street. Is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome. You wrote down that your date of birth is January 1st, 1997. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Awesome. For the beneficiary of the life insurance policy set up through Teamsters, you wrote down Jerry as your beneficiary. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. It actually looks like you're one of the last few members who haven't received their benefits package yet. And it's just my job to get you caught up with all the other members in the union. It's basically to set up a life insurance policy with health services discount, which will save you money on your out-of-pocket medical expenses. I'll show you how to activate and start using your card, as well as explain what has been set up for you. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, but how much is this going to cost me?
The benefits that you receive as a member of the union are of no cost. It's just my job to deliver the benefits, explain them to you, and get you caught up with all the other members.
Okay.
Awesome. So unfortunately, right now, we're unable to deliver these benefits in person, given the current situation with COVID and everything going on, which I'm sure you understand. So what they have us doing right now in the meetings with our members is delivering our benefits virtually. Are you familiar with Zoom meetings at all?
I am.
Yeah, so as you know, all the doctors, colleges, and institutions are using it. And all of our members are really excited about us delivering these benefits through virtual meetings and are saying how fast and easy this is. Quick question though, do you have a laptop, phone, or tablet with a camera, right?
Yeah.
Great, this will work. I do have a pretty booked up schedule, but I could squeeze you in Wednesday or Thursday between 6 and 9 o'clock. Are you free any of those times?
Yeah, Thursdays are better. What times did you say was better? What times?
How about Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m.?
Can we make it 8? Do you have an 8 available?
It looks like I do. You and your spouse will both be available at 8, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Do me a favor right now, grab a pen and paper. I have some very important information for you to write down. Just let me know whenever you're ready.
I got it.
Great. So you're going to write down my name, which is Vinny, Vinny. You're going to write down Thursday at 8 o'clock. I'll be meeting with you and your spouse. And you're also going to write down our confirmation code, which is 1234.
Got it.
All right, Sabrina. Now, do you see any reason why Thursday at 8 o'clock would not work for you and your spouse?
No, I don't see any reason.
Great. I just need to make sure that Thursday at 8 o'clock works because that's the time that I wouldn't be able to see another member. So basically, the way that it works is I'll be sending you an email with the Zoom link for our meeting. So I'm going to get your email now. What is your email?
Sunshine Avenue at gmail.com.
Okay. Got it down. When it's time, all you have to do is click on that email. I'm also going to send you a courtesy text message 15 minutes prior to that meeting as a reminder. Does that make sense for you?
Yep.
Awesome. I look forward to meeting you and your spouse Thursday at 8 o'clock. Take care now.
Thank you. You too.
I'd say smile, definitely just a little more. You know, they can hear it a little bit, a little louder, same as last one, but what did he do well? Took control. I wouldn't have went to like, oh, 8 o'clock. She wants 8 o'clock. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm completely swamped. I could do 8:30.
Okay.
Let me see if we can maybe move this around. I'll tell you what I can do. We could probably do about 8:15 or 8:30 that day. Would that work for you? I don't want to be like, yeah, I'm completely wide open. Yeah, 8:30 works. No problem. You know, just a little bit, but that was definitely good. And you'll get better, like I said, each time. So let's shift gears. Let's do, Sabrina, do you have your will kit or child safety handy?
Yeah, I have the will kit handy.
Perfect. So let's go to will kit, and you could call, was it Nick?
Yeah.
Did we say?
Yep. Hi, Nick.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. This is Sabrina with American Income. We handle your benefits, or we handled your request for the free will kit. How are you doing today?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. So what do you know about the free will kit so I can get you off the phone a little quicker?
I don't know much.
Okay, no worries. So it's a critical family tool that allows you to create your own will at no cost. This kit includes a full-blown will and testament plus living will. The free will kit is a 2-part program. The first part ensures everything is laid out for you and your family when you die. And the second part is designed to make sure your financial wishes are carried out as well. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
All right, awesome, Nick. So it's my job to deliver and explain these kits to you in person because it does require a little bit of expertise, but unfortunately, we are unable to deliver these kits in person due to the current situation, which I'm sure you understand.
Yeah.
So what they have us doing now is meeting with families and going over these kits through Zoom. Are you familiar with Zoom at all?
A little bit.
Okay. So all doctors, colleges, etc. have been using it. And all of our families that we've been sitting down with are saying how fast and easy it is. So quick question, Nick, do you have a phone, a laptop, a computer, anything with a camera?
Yeah, I have a computer.
Okay, computer will work. So I do run up a pretty booked up schedule due to the overwhelming response for these kids, but I can squeeze you in either on Thursday or Friday between 6 and 8. What time works for you and your spouse?
Yeah, we can do Friday from 6 to 8.
Oh, I actually don't have Friday available. I said Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, I apologize. The second one, Thursday.
Thursday? Okay, you said 8 o'clock on Thursday?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, 8 o'clock on Thursday. Perfect. So do me a favor, grab a pen and a paper, and I have some very important information for you to write down. Let me know when you got that.
Okay.
Okay, first I need you to write my name, which is Sabrina, Sabrina. Last name Miller, Miller. Finally, write down the date and time that I will be meeting with you. That will be Thursday at 8 o'clock. And that does work good for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Also, I forgot, you need to make sure that you write down the confirmation code that you will also need for the meeting.
Okay.
And that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you need me to repeat any of that for you?
No.
Okay, awesome. All right, you said you don't see any reason why Thursday at 8 o'clock will not work for you, so that's great. I just need to make sure that's fine because that would be time I could not be seeing another family requesting these kits. So basically how it will work is I'll be sending you an email with a Zoom link for our meeting. When it's time, all you have to do is click on that link and I'll send you a courtesy text like 15 minutes prior, just send another reminder. Does that all sound good to you, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need your email. Do you have that handy for me? Do you know your email?
Yeah, nickhassen1@gmail.com.
Okay. I'm going to be sending you an email right now. So if you could just reply back to me, so I know that you got the email, and then just look out for that email for Thursday at 8 o'clock. I'll see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Decent. I would just little bit more authoritative at the end, a little bit, but never say thank you. And I know it's hard for new agents. It's weird. Everyone's so used to being polite and say thank you. Hey, sounds good, Jomer. I look forward to meeting you. I repeat the time again. Hey, sounds great. We have you down. I look forward to meeting you next Thursday, 7 p.m. We'll get you all squared away with your benefits. What are they going to say? Thank you. No problem. I look forward to meeting you. Have a great night. Because you didn't do anything. They'll thank you later because you didn't do anything for them yet. You're doing them a service. So I know it's weird for people. We don't say thank you for setting the appointment with me. It's just kind of weird. So, hey, sounds good. We'll get y'all squared away. Look forward to meeting you and Mary. Perfect. So, all right. Who's up? Nick 2. Was it Juan?
Juan.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Ring.
Hello.
Hi Juan. Hi Juan. How you doing? My name is Nick. I'm with American Income Life. We handled your request for a free will kit.
Yeah.
So what do you know about the will kit so I can get you off the phone quicker?
I don't really know too much about it.
No worries. It's a critical family planning tool that allows you to create a will at no cost. The kit includes a full-blown will and testament and a living will. The free will kit is a 2-part program. The first part ensures everything is laid out for you and your family when you die. And the second part is designed just to make sure your financial wishes are carried out as well. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
So when you filled out the form online, you said you would need one will kit. Is that still correct?
Yeah, it's still correct.
Okay, I can get that will kit for you. Also, you put down your address as 2150 North Lincoln Park West Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. Is that still correct?
Yeah, that's still my address.
And you also listed your email address as juan@yahoo.com.
Yes.
Okay, so Juan, it's my job to deliver and explain this kit to you because it does require a little bit of expertise. But unfortunately, we're unable to deliver these kits in person given the current circumstances. I'm sure you can understand, right?
Yeah, I just have a quick question. Why can't you just mail it to me?
We used to mail these out. There were issues in filling them out, and so yeah, it's my job to deliver and educate on these benefits.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we're doing now is holding virtual meetings on Zoom. Are you familiar with Zoom at all?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all the doctors and colleges are using it, and the families we've been sitting down are saying how fast and easy it is. So a quick question: do you have a laptop, a tablet, or smartphone with a camera?
Yeah, I got my work computer.
Okay, nice. That'll work. Now, Juan, what time do you and your spouse typically get home from work?
Around 6:30. After 6:30.
Oh, okay. So my schedule is pretty booked up. Do you have any availability tomorrow night, say from tomorrow night at 7 or the following night at 8?
We can do the following night at 8. Would work better.
Amazing. Okay. Great. Can you do me a favor? Can you grab a pen and paper, please?
Yeah, I got one right here.
Okay. I have some very important information for you to write down. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So write down my name. It's Nick, N-I-C-K, Hassan, H-O-S-S-I-N.
All right.
Okay. And yeah, if you could write down the okay. Yeah, if you could write down the date and time, which would be Thursday at 8.
Okay.
Okay. And also, if you could write down the confirmation code, which is 123.
All right.
Okay. Now, Juan, do you see any reason why you and your spouse would be unable to make a Thursday 8 o'clock appointment?
No, I should be good. Should be good to go.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I just need to make sure that Thursday it works because if that's a time, I wouldn't be able to see another family requesting these kits.
Okay. Yeah, it works.
Okay. Okay.
Good. What do you do well? Got through the rebuttal.
Made sure he had all the information taken down correctly. He was very good about making sure he wrote it down, made sure the client was coming back with and repeating that he had the correct information.
Awesome. Yeah, got through it. He really took his time. He almost has like planned pauses in there, which is good, but you know, you definitely can change it a little bit, like up, get a little louder at some point, smile a little bit, but definitely decent. You'll get better each time. So who do we got? We got what?
Thank you.
2 more? We got 2 more in here?
I have a quick question.
Yeah, question.
So yesterday when I was calling somebody, the lady did not have any smartphone or anything.
Yeah, that's gonna be, if they don't have a smartphone, that's gonna be difficult, obviously, to do a Zoom. I would make sure you ask them if they have children older children, younger children that have tablets, laptops, computers that'll be there, and also get them involved in the presentation. If it's their beneficiary, you can gear it towards going over everything, and you'll get a lot of sales that way.
Is it bad to maybe ask them if they feel comfortable going over to the neighbor's house and using their computer?
That would be a further stretch, I believe. I mean, if they're cool, really cool with their neighbors, that might happen, but probably unlikely, I would think, unless they're sponsoring or some odd reason. But yeah, that you're more likely to say, hey, when do you see your daughter? Oh, she comes over every Saturday. Perfect. What time she typically get there? So you'll book her, give her a call, give her a heads up, and if you can even call for them, because that would be a nice touch coming from you. Give them the heads up, or just have them let them make sure that they're meeting.
Mom, she said you guys meet Saturday. I didn't want to inconvenience you.
Right.
She made an appointment for 6 o'clock. Are you able to take your laptop with you or your phone so she can get on?
For her benefits, yeah.
Right.
And you're the beneficiary. You'll be handling this money too, so she'll be all ears at that point too. It's for their
And she's a
family.
referral now, too.
And
She might
referral,
be
her
right on
family.
with it.
Yeah, so absolutely. That's how it works. So, all right, let's wrap this up. We're almost done here. Good job, day 2. Any questions before we wrap up? She had another question. Anybody else?
Hey Casey, I had something important to ask you. Could you do a phone script like hard card, with one of the guys that are sitting there, just so we know like how it's done professionally, like.
Absolutely. Good. I can do that for you. Yeah, I can do it. Let me see your hard card. I mean, pretty much just reading it. I mean, it's just doing it with you. Someone want to role play with me?
Yeah, like over there, if it's Sean, or I don't know.
All right, let me read my script. I'll say ring ring. Hello, is Nicole. I forgot. Nicole. Is Nicole there?
Hi, yes, this is Nicole.
Hey, Nicole, this is Casey with American Income. We handle some of your benefits through the Teamster 731. They sent you a letter about this. You sent back a reply card. I just need to verify the information you wrote down. Now, you wrote down your address as 123 Sesame Street. Is that correct?
Yes. How long will this take us today?
Oh, the quicker the better. I'll get you off the phone here, 20 seconds. You wrote down your date of birth as 7/2/83. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and for the beneficiary card that you filled out, the Teamsters set up a life insurance policy, and you wrote down your address 123 Sesame Street. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. Looks like you're one of the last few members who haven't received their benefits package. It's just my job to get you caught up with all the other members. The 731, they set up a life insurance policy, updated discount card that'll save you money in your out-of-pocket expenses. I'll show you how to activate and start using that card. Does that make sense?
Are you trying to sell me insurance?
No, my job is to go over your 4 no-cost benefits. You filled out the card requesting. Did you go to the meetings about this program?
No, I wasn't.
That explains where some of your confusion is coming in. So the quicker the better. My job is education. There are benefits you would have to qualify for. I'm not even sure you can. The quicker the better. But it's definitely your right to hear everything you're entitled to and eligible for. You also, we also work with the police and fire unions. You requested 2 of the child ID kits. I'd imagine that's for your children under the age of 18.
Yes.
Okay, great. You listed 2. Is that still correct?
Yes, that is.
It's just my job, Nicole, to deliver and explain your benefits that have been set up for you through your Teamsters. Unfortunately, right now, due to everything going on, they have us doing everything virtually. Are you familiar with Zoom?
I am.
Perfect. So a lot of the members like how quick and simple and easy it is, and we can show you your benefits right on your computer screen, laptop, or tablet. Now, quick question. Do me a favor. Go ahead and pull up your email. I'm going to send you the link for the call right now, just so you make sure you're able to connect. Okay, look, do me a favor. Pull up your email. Okay, I'm going to send it through Calendly right now. That's CALENDLY, Calendly. That's what sets up the Zoom, and that's what's going to be the email. Make sure you receive this. So we're all ready. Okay, I want to pull up. Click on that. Oh, you need to install Zoom. I can teach you actually how to do that. Go to the App Store. Okay, Zoom Cloud Meetings. Perfect. Oh, now you have it. Nice to meet you. Do me a favor, grab a piece of paper. I have some very important information. First thing's my name, KCCSUI. Second time, it's going to be the time, which would be tomorrow, whatever you pick. Do me a favor, lock me in yourself. We'll put that up on the refrigerator so you don't forget about me. Because if I give this slot to you tomorrow, I cannot give it to one of our other union member families. So anything, promise me anything would come up. Would anything prevent you from making this meeting tomorrow?
No.
I just want to make sure. Well, I look forward to meeting you. We'll see you tomorrow between 6 and 7. Just make sure you let Mary know. Don't forget, so you both know how work we'll just have. I'll look forward to meeting you. They're like, oh, thank you. Perfect. I'll see you then. Bye.
Yes, sir.
Rebuttals, I mean, once you do 1,000 calls, there are no rebuttals.
I hear you, man.
What rebuttals? I mean, nothing they can tell you. We have the card they filled out. So you'll get the confidence, you'll get more reps, and you'll get comfortable. Right now, you guys probably not everyone's 100% comfortable. That's okay. So once you got to get the phones is where the money is made. It's not the most fun you're gonna have, but typically that's where you write your paycheck. You just add the referrals onto there, and that's why it's gonna be easier for you on all those reasons. So last two, let's hear it.
All right.
Well, let's have what was it? Takira?
Yeah, I can go. Do you mind if we just do the hard call one? Because I haven't gotten the other
Not
one.
a problem. Do the hard card, and we'll have.
All right, and then who am I practicing with?
I switched off the TV, but now I can hear you. Come on up. Come on up. We'll just do it like this. You're gonna call Sean.
Sean? All right, so I'm calling up Sean. All right, let me know when you're ready, okay?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right, ring, ring.
Hi,
Hey, Sean?
Oh, Sean Stewart? I'm just kidding. Yeah, hi, who's this?
Hi, Sean. This is Takira with American Income. We actually handle some of your benefits through the Teamster Local 123. How are we doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Can't complain. A little hot, but better than being cold. Now, the only reason why I'm touching base is because of that 3x5 beneficiary card that you filled out and you turned into us. We just need to verify some information that you wrote down, and we can get you off the phone here, okay?
Yeah, I filled that out a long time ago, like 6 or 9 months ago.
I'm sorry.
About it.
I'm sorry. It's just because we've been, backed up, especially with the pandemic, but I'm glad I can contact you today. Now I see that you wrote down your address as blank. Is that still current?
Yeah, 428 South Main Street. That's correct.
Yes. Okay. Now you also wrote your date of birth as 5/5/65. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now I also see here you listed your wife, Mary, as your beneficiary through the Teamster. Is that going to remain the same?
She actually passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry for your loss here. Would you like to add someone else as your beneficiary? Do you have a contingent?
Yeah, I'd like to add my brother.
Okay, and then what's your brother's name? I'm sorry?
His name is Scott.
Scott, okay. All right, so we're gonna be changing that to Scott. Now, last question, were you able to attend any meetings where they discussed the benefits program?
Yes, I was.
Awesome, and I'm sure you remember them discussing the for no cost benefits, one of which is that insurance policy going to your beneficiary if anything were to happen to you.
Yeah, that's correct. I remember.
All right. So typically, it would be our job to deliver the benefits, explain them, and answer any questions that either you or your beneficiary might have. But now, due to the current situation, in order to protect both you and me, what we've done is actually transition to virtual meetings. We've actually been using Zoom. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Zoom.
Awesome. It seems like everyone's using it, especially doctors. So we have been really busy, with dealing we've been actually in your area for about 7 to 8 days, so it's been a little crazy. Unfortunately, it is our last 2 days here. We just need to figure out when it's best, when you're, wait, we're just, try to figure out when the, best time to meet up. Are you working the day shift?
Yeah, I work the day shift from 7 to 5, so anytime after 6 in the evening, I'm available, but tomorrow's kind of busy. Maybe Thursday or Friday?
I see. Let's see. So yeah, like I said, we have been very busy. I do have one slot open for tomorrow around 8, anywhere between 8 and 9. Is that going to be okay for you?
Yeah, that's fine, that works.
All right, for tomorrow, 8 to 9. All right. Okay, so real quick, go ahead and grab me a pen and piece of paper. I have some very important information that you need to write down.
Okay,
All right, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, first things first, go ahead and write down my name, which is Takira, spell it out Takira. And then the next thing is going to be our appointment date, which is tomorrow, anywhere between 8 and 9.
All right.
All right. And then lastly, you're going to write down the quality control confirmation number, which is 621126. Now, you're going to need this in order to receive your benefits. And I'm just going to ask you if you can repeat the confirmation number just to make sure you have it.
621126.
Awesome, awesome. Now, I'm going to be sending you out a Zoom link. What's your email?
Sean Stewart 77@yahoo.com.
All right, I'm going to send it to you right now. You should be getting it in a minute or so. Let me know when you have it.
I got it.
Awesome, great. All right, now, Sean, I have you in for tomorrow, anywhere between 8 and 9. Now, do you see any reason why, tomorrow between 8 and 9, you cannot make this meeting?
No, I should be there.
Awesome, great, because, I do have to let you know that this means if I do set you up for tomorrow, that means someone else can't, have a meeting. So I just want to make sure.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect.
If I don't answer the first time, maybe call right back because I might be sleeping or something.
Okay, I'll make sure to call and wake you up for this meeting because it's very important.
Okay.
All right. All right. So I look forward to putting a face to the phone call and taking care of you. All right.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Take care.
Bye.
Awesome.
So I do have a question with that.
Whenever I threw you off when
Yeah, no, but I was like,
died.
I was like, oh man. So can you, in that situation to where, I guess at the end of the day, like they don't want to use that beneficiary, do you ask them like then and there, like, do you want to change it?
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm calling. We'll go over all this during the.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whenever somebody tells you their
Yeah,
spouse
just
died
get them on
though,
the Zoom.
does it like kind of start to ruin the call though? Like
No,
changes
because that's one, actually, as sad as that is, that's one of the times people really think about life insurance, when there's a birth, death in the family. That's usually a sale, because it's real to them. That's one of the 3 times someone dies in the family, something changed with your health where you can't qualify, or someone like us is going over the program with them. First 2 are too late, so, yeah. Happens. All right, last one, good job. Last one. You guys.
Oh, no, you're good. Oh.
Yeah, we have some different.
Yeah, we have slightly different scripts. We're gonna fine tune all these ones. I'll make sure this does this.
All right. Am I supposed to be helping you out with this one?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Ring, ring.
Ring, ring. Hi, Tarika.
Hi, yeah, this is she.
Hi, this is Nicole Dubicki from American Income. We handle your benefits through the Teamsters. Now, they sent you a letter about this, and you sent us back a yellow reply card. I just need to verify the information that you wrote down. Now, you wrote down your address is 111 Good, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. You also wrote down your date of birth is 4/14 of 98, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. And lastly, for the beneficiary of the life insurance policy set up through the Teamsters, you wrote down as your husband, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, great. Well, it looks like you're one of the last members who haven't received their benefits package yet, and it's just my job to get you caught up with all the other members. Now, the Teamsters set up a life insurance policy and a health services discount card which will save you money on your out-of-pocket medical expenses. I'll show you how to activate it and start using your card, as well as explain what has been set up for you. Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now it's just my job to deliver and explain the benefits that have been set up for you through the Teamsters. Unfortunately, right now, we are unable to deliver these benefits in person given the current situation, which I'm sure you understand. So what they have us doing now instead with members is delivering their benefits virtually. Are you familiar with Zoom?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, great. Actually, all the doctors and colleges are even using it, and a lot of our members are excited about us delivering these benefits through a virtual meeting and are saying how fast and easy this is. Now, quick question. Do you have a laptop, phone, or tablet with a camera?
I actually don't.
Okay, no worries. By any chance, do you have any kids in the household or any family nearby?
Yeah, I think my grandson should have a tablet. Is that gonna work?
Yeah, that'll work. Now, I do run a really booked up schedule, but I can squeeze you in over the next 2 days this week. Does any time between 4 to 8 on Monday or Tuesday work for you?
I could do. Yeah, 4 to anywhere between. Can we do like 5 to 6 on tomorrow?
I am a little booked up tomorrow. Could you do either a 7 to 8 or 8 to 9?
We can do 7 to 8.
Perfect. So please do me a favor and grab a pen and paper. I have some really important information for you to write down.
Now I have a question. Why does my spouse have to be there?
Good question. Now, God forbid something happens to you, your spouse does need to know how all this works out. So as well, does tomorrow at 7 to 8 o'clock work for him?
Yeah, I think it should work out.
Okay, great. Now, let me know when you have a pen and paper ready for the information.
Okay, I'm all ready for that.
Okay, great. You're gonna write down my name, Nicole, Nicole. And you're also gonna write down when we are meeting, which will be tomorrow from 7 to 8 p.m. with you and your husband. Now, you could also write down the confirmation code, which is QH981.
Okay.
Great. Now, I am gonna ask for the best email just so I can get the Zoom link over to you. I'm ready.
I actually don't. I don't use an email. What should we do about that?
Does your husband have an email?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, great. You can give me his email whenever you're ready.
Okay, it's going to be johnsmith@gmail.com.
Okay, great. Now, do you see any reason why tomorrow from 7 to 8 p.m. wouldn't work for the both of you?
No, it should work just fine.
Great. Now, I just need to make sure that tomorrow at 7 p.m. works for you, because that's time I wouldn't be able to see another member, but you're still a priority. So the way it works is I'll be sending you an email with the Zoom link for our meeting, and when it's time, all you have to do is click the link in the email. I'll also send you a courtesy text about 15 minutes prior to our meeting. Now, I look forward to meeting you and your husband. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Awesome. Good job. Got through it. What'd she do well? Any tips?
She was fast enough to get her husband's email.
Got it. That was actually, yeah, that was a good audible. It got right to the husband's email. I was impressed with that. You got to be able to
Hurry up
take your
and
toes and get that. And, awesome. So that's pretty much day 2, guys. You can go ahead. Each day you'll be 1 to 3. Save the same link. Give your manager a call. Let them know you're warmed up on the phones now. You got some phone pressure ready to hop on, or maybe you guys have some presentations. We have hopefully have a lot of good appointments set. You'll get to see some clients. If something happens, client's not there, hop on the phones. You can actually let them know you're ready to rock. And same day sets are huge. 8 o'clock tonight, 9 o'clock tonight, presets. So let me know if you guys need anything in closing. You guys have any questions or anything else for me? I'll see you guys in the group meet. You'll have same day tomorrow. I'll see you guys out there rocking. Maybe I'll be doing your release call. I'll just see you in group meet. Let me know if you need anything or any questions. Hope I was able to help a couple of you guys out today.
Hey Casey, bro, I'm not in the Zoom me call or anything like that. Like that.
I don't think we're in the group meetings yet.
Okay. You're not in group.
Yeah,
meeting?
I don't think.
Not a problem yet. Just give your upline manager, let her know you're done with training and you're ready to shoot him a text.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Appreciate it, boss. Bye-bye.